This is very annoying. When you see what's actually back there on the back seat, you'll be very shocked to see why it's actually setting off the sensor. Yes, I know it's important. You can do this, but it still doesn't go away, and I get it. If someone doesn't have their seatbelt on, it's a safety issue. But it's way too sensitive. When you see what's back here, you'll see why I'm annoyed. This is what's in there. Believe it or not, folks, it's just half a dozen cartons of chicken broth. And each carton, as you can see here, weighs 900 milliliters. So times 6 is 5,400 milliliters, which is 5.4 liters. Each liter weighs about a kilo, so that's 5.4 kilos. Times that by 2.2 to get pounds. You're looking at about 11.9, so almost 12 pounds. So a little less than 12 pounds, and it's setting the weight off here. I mean, like I said, I get it, but it's still pretty sensitive. Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your time. Today I'm on my way to Tesla in Oakville, nearest Tesla location to me. I've had not really an issue, but a weird noise for the last few weeks, maybe month and a half, coming from my brakes. The brakes work fine as far as I know, but when I go under heavy braking, and this is why I've put it off for this long, because yeah, brakes are a safety issue and an important part of the car, but I put it off this long only because we're talking about brakes, and with regen braking, we hardly ever use the brakes on our Model 3s or any Tesla or any electric car for that matter. So, not that it's not important, that's why I'm going to go check it out, but I've put it off because most of the time this car isn't using the brakes. It's doing regen braking. So at first I thought it was just, you know, when you don't use your brakes for a while, or if the car sits for a while and it was raining the day before or day after, even during, you get that build-up. Like, that's what it sounds like when you brake after the first time you've driven a car for a weekend or something, and you have that, you know, just that light build-up on the rotors or on the pads, and you have to brake for a minute to get it off, or do a quick hard brake to actually clean the surface off. It sounds like that, but I've done multiple just to test it out and just to see if I can clean it off. Heavy braking, or when I notice it the most, because not that I do a lot of heavy braking, when I've noticed it the most is when I'm in autopilot, like I am now, and the car, because we all know anyone that has autopilot, sometimes, most of the time, it regen brakes and comes to a stop. But every now and then, coming up to another car that stopped in front of you, or slowing down in front of you, it does one of those last-minute brake jobs where it just brakes at the last minute, and then that's when I know the brakes, actual physical brakes, have been gauged, and it does the heavy braking, and that's where I hear the noise, and it sounds like it's coming from the passenger side over there, but I really can't tell for sure. So I spoke to the guy, long story short, I know these are long rambling sometimes. I spoke to the guy at Tesla Oakville on the phone last week, or maybe the week before, and he said he really can pinpoint what it is from my description over the phone. So he says, bring it in, don't need an appointment, just bring it in, and one of his tech guys will take it out for a quick test drive, or maybe around a parking lot, or maybe up and down on the road there on Wirecroft, and they'll hopefully figure out what the sound is, and what the problem is, if there is a problem. He suspects it's one thing, but that they've had a problem with Model 3s, but he won't know until he actually gets the car and tests it, and gets one of the guys to take a look at it, or take a listen to it. So I'm on my way there right now. I'll see. You know what? I'll see if I can reproduce the sound for you guys. Okay, couldn't do it back there, but I'm getting off the highway here on the ramp. Let me see if I could slow down from 100 kilometers an hour, and I use the brakes heavily here. Tell me if you hear anything. Slow down there from 100 to about 40 pretty quickly, and it actually locked up a little bit because it's wet. The road's wet. So I don't know if you're able to hear anything there with the road noise, but that's what I'm taking it in for. Hopefully these guys can test drive it and see if they hear anything, and I'll bring you guys along. I know I won't be able to film much in there, but we'll see what we can film, and I'll let you guys know the results. This is what my car used to look like, midnight silver. And there's a nice black one over there, 19-inch rims. These cars are waiting to be delivered to some lucky people. So I was parking here, and I was pretty sure I knew what I did. And yeah, looking down here now, this is my first road rash on my rim, my front passenger rim here. Probably won't be last. I'm pretty sure I'm going to make these my winter rims anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. But I could get it fixed too, if I really wanted to. Not bad, but it's not great. I don't care about the tire. But I guess it must have scraped up along. Yep, right there. That's the culprit. Oh well, what can you do? Pardon my appearance, folks. I know I just came from a meeting. But what can you do with the rims? It was bound to happen. It always happens to everyone. I shouldn't say it always. Usually happens to most people, especially when you live in a city or live anywhere around where curbs are really everywhere. But it was bound to happen. I didn't get back to you guys a couple days ago when I was taking my car to Tesla. They have that brake sound checked. The tape just the video just ended. The video just ended there, and I apologize, folks. What happened was we went out for a test drive, and if I have the video, I will play it right now. Well, sorry, I guess I didn't have the video. I thought I had the video. But anyways, in a nutshell, we went out for test drives. The technician, Jeff, he's the one that tested over the car, and I was in the passenger seat. And we did a lot of heavy braking, like going up to about 60 or 70, and then heavy braking. And neither of us, even when I was sitting in the passenger, I couldn't hear the sound anymore. So I trust Jeff. He's a technician with Tesla that, I mean, he deals with these cars day in and day out. So if he doesn't hear anything out of the ordinary and he didn't hear it, I trust it. He told me to keep an eye on it, and if it comes back, let him know. But I'm not too worried about it. So I just didn't bother filming anything on the way home. Plus, I was a little motion sickness from all the starting and stopping and trying to engage the brakes really hard. But that aside, so it is what it is. And you know what? The trip to Tesla wasn't for nothing, because what I was able to do while I was there is get them to order and make an appointment. Well, I haven't made an appointment yet, but get to order those, you know, the turn signal stocks, how the little black cap on it lifts up. It happens to everyone, I think. They've got a whole new redesign and a whole new, I think, supplier and manufacturer. So they've have to order it in. It takes about a week or two when it comes in. They'll call me and we'll make an appointment and we'll get that changed out, just because it is pretty bad. And I know online tons of people are having the same issue. But so sorry if this was a up and down video, folks. But you know, it's good to at least have the Tesla guys, the guys that deal with these cars day in and day out, like I said, listen to it. And if they didn't hear anything, then I can rest assured and I could sleep comfortably at night knowing that there's nothing wrong with the brakes. That's all I got today, folks. Thanks for watching. If you got any questions or comments, leave it in the comment section below, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. And we'll see you on the next one. Take care.